Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. The final chapter for Katie Taylor and the way they're trying to end her career is very unique and very special. Now, let me tell you, this fight feels very, very different. Once I finish with this breakdown, you will understand what I mean with this fight feeling different because of how they planned it. Now let's dive into it. Most fighters don't get to choose how their career ends. Some fighters stay way too long. Some get pushed too fast. Some leave after devastating losses. Heck, some disappear without receiving the appreciation they deserve. Now, when you talk about Ireland's finest, Katie Taylor, she appears to be doing something very rare. Now, she's potentially ending her career at home in Ireland. Let's hope she retires and doesn't come back. Because once you start talking about retirement, it's over. Now, she's going to be fighting in front of her people. She's fighting for an undisputed championship. And that's what I was getting at. Very unique final fight. I know there was a lot of brainstorming behind this for her to get her last win and to become an undisputed champion. And she's going to get a chance to do it inside one of the most iconic venues in Ireland. Now, look, for many fans, this isn't just another fight. I went and read a couple articles out there, the Irish articles, and they're talking about her in their sports column. And they're like, they want to celebrate her entire career on the night when she gets in that ring. Now, understand this. It feels like Irish boxing saying thank you to one of the most important athletes the country has ever produced is going to be something historic. The fight's going to be at Croke Park, and everyone is saying this is the perfect setting because Croke Park is more than a stadium. It's one of Ireland's most historic sporting venues. It represents Irish pride, Irish culture, Irish sporting excellence, which is what Katie Taylor embodied. For Katie Taylor to potentially end her career there for an undisputed championship feels symbolic. Her fans have dreamed about seeing her headline a massive event in Ireland for years because it wasn't easy for her coming up since the amateur days where she had to pretend to be a boy. Now the fans get one final opportunity, and you better believe the atmosphere is going to be beyond electric. Now, word on the street is fans are expected to travel from all over the world. Former champions, Olympic athletes, celebrities, political figures, Irish sport legends. Everyone is expected to recognize the significance of this moment because everyone knows what Katie Taylor brought, not just to sports, to women's sports, to boxing, and especially to Ireland. Now, you may say, all right, that's all good, Hood. Sounds really good. Boom, we know she's retiring. Who's she fighting? Okay, she's fighting Flora Pili. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. No one should expect her to take this fight lightly. Champions don't reach Katie Taylor's level by overlooking opponents. Remember, Flora Pili enters this fight with a massive opportunity. This is the fight that Caroline DeBar was talking about, Alicia Baumgartner was talking about, you know what I'm saying? But I think they both came to the realization that they weren't getting this fight. You know what I mean? But I'm going to tell you this. For those who don't know who Pili is, let me pull this up. I might as well pull it up and show you. Right? Flora Pili. Because I'm out here talking like a lot of y'all know who this is. So I'm pulling it up right now, and I'll show you who she is. Okay. Here it is. She is from France. So let me show you who she is. Okay, this is who she is right here. Flora Pili, 12 wins, 2 KOs. She's from France. She's 28 years old. And you see she doesn't have a lot of knockouts, but she's undefeated. Now, they don't have it penciled in yet, but she last fought December 2025. But they will be fighting for the vacant WBC strap. And then Katie Taylor, she has the other 3. Now, let's get back to business. Katie is going to have to rely on her experience, footwork, ring IQ, and timing. Also the combination punching. I'm telling you, Flora Pili is not coming to lose. So expect Katie Taylor, although it's her last fight, to be more disciplined, to be patient, to be smart. Don't expect her to come in there and turn this to a mashup crasher. Now, if she starts putting the bing bings on Flora Pili, then she'll probably go for the knockout. What a way to end your career on a devastating knockout and become an undisputed champion. Remember, Katie Taylor's never built her reputation on trash talk. She's all about preparation, professionalism, consistency, and just winning. So I think she's going to approach this fight the same way. And this undisputed distinction makes this even bigger. Ending your career is one thing. Ending your career as undisputed is something completely different. So good job to Eddie Hearn for making this happen. Good job to the WBC for making this happen. There was the WBC champion actually vacated the belts to go start a family. That's how the WBC belt became available, and that's why they're getting an opportunity to fight for it. But when you become undisputed, it just means there's no debate about who sits at the top of that weight division. There's no asterisk, no excuses, no controversy, just dominance. Now, if Katie walks away with undisputed, with that status intact, it just creates one of the most complete resumes in boxing history, male or female. Y'all know she was in the Olympics. You know, a lot of people don't even realize this woman was in the Olympics. Before she even became professional and important, and her name was well known throughout the boxing world, she went out and won a gold medal. But before Katie became Katie, women's boxing received limited attention. Opportunities were scarce. Funding was limited. Visibility was limited. Amanda Serrano talks about these things too. They went through the same shit. That's why it was so nice to see them come together and elevate each other with a trilogy. But at the end of the day, Katie Taylor arrived. Her Olympic success helped transform women's boxing globally. Many believe her Olympic gold medal at the 2012 Summer Olympics changed the sport forever. Katie Taylor. She became a symbol of what women's boxing could become. Her success opened doors for future generations. And her professional career backed up all the hype. You get a lot of boxers, man, that amateur pedigree. They're amateur legends. They're dominating as an amateur. But when they turn pro, they fail. It's just something's missing. But not Katie Taylor. She became world champion, multi-division champion, undisputed champion, and a global attraction. She always took difficult fights. She fought elite competition and delivered under pressure, and that matters. You see, a lot of fighters go on to become stars, but very few become trusted stars. Katie Taylor became someone fans believe would always show up and compete. And we saw that with the Amanda Serrano rivalry. And I'm telling you right now, one of the biggest reasons Katie Taylor's legacy continues to grow is her rivalry with Amanda Serrano. Those fights helped elevate women's boxing to levels previously thought impossible. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano did that. The rivalry produced massive crowds, historic purses, over 10 million each, global attention, mainstream respect. Many fans view those fights as defining moments in women's boxing history. Whether someone favored Taylor or Serrano, the rivalry helped push the entire sport forward. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of fans call her the greatest female boxer ever. You know what I'm saying? And I got to be real. When this debate comes up, it usually centers around a few names: Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, Layla Ali, and Big GWOAT, Clarissa Shields. Man, please. No matter what we think about her attitude, you got to put her in the mix as far as the greatest female boxer ever when you're having that debate. But see, Katie's supporters point to something unique. She excelled at every single level. Amateur greatness, gold medal, world championships, multiple European titles, international dominance. Professional greatness, multi-weight champion, undisputed champion, historic events, major rivalries, longevity. Many fans feel somebody has attempted to match, but they've came up short. But nobody has matched the combined amateur and professional resume she assembled. But some people say some have tried, but nobody's matched. And I think what really sets her apart is professionalism, man. One thing even critics acknowledge is Katie's professionalism. Attitude makes a big difference. Throughout her career, minimal controversy, minimal drama, respect towards opponents, respect towards herself, respect towards the media, respect towards fans. She became known for letting her performance do the talking. And I'm telling you right now, in today's sports landscape, many fans appreciate that approach even more. Now, I'm going to tell you, her retirement from women's boxing, one of the greats are going down, folks. And when a legend retires like that, a void appears. Katie's departure will create one of the biggest voids women's boxing has ever seen. And what sucks is after her, it looked like it's going to be Serrano. So the sport's going to lose, pioneers, role models, champions, global ambassadors. And the next generation will now have to carry the torch. And if we're talking about Serrano, Shields, Layla Ali, and Taylor, well, Layla's retired, Taylor's retiring, Serrano looks like she has one more fight and then she's going to retire. That leaves Clarissa Shields to carry the torch. Shit. What you think about that? Now, fighters who benefited from the doors she helped open will be responsible for pushing the sport forward. And that's why it's so emotional. I think some people don't really understand that there's really an emotional side of this fight for Taylor. Not just about belts. It's about memories, man. Olympic glory, historic rivalries, championship victories, packed arenas, Irish pride. Many fans grew up watching Katie Taylor. Many young female fighters entered boxing because of Katie Taylor. So this farewell fight represents the closing of a chapter that helped transform the entire sport. So I'll just say this. So if this is really Katie Taylor's final professional fight, she's going to leave as an undisputed champion, as a trailblazer, one of boxing's most respected figures. She leaves having changed women's boxing forever, for the better. And if she walks out of Croke Park with that undisputed championship that I was talking about still around her waist, many fans will feel they witnessed the perfect ending to one of the greatest careers the sport has ever seen. And I'm looking forward to that fight. Man, y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.